Welcome, Special Olympics youth leaders. You are watching this video because you have been chosen as a youth leader who will support the implementation of a Special Olympics Youth Leadership Summit. Throughout this video, you will learn about youth leadership summits, ways you can be involved, and how you can support the legacy of the Youth Summit. Let's start by talking about Special Olympics Youth Leadership Summits. Special Olympics Youth Leadership Summits bring youth leaders with and without intellectual disabilities together to develop their leadership skills and empower them to lead initiatives that promote respect and inclusion in their community. Special Olympics Youth Leadership Summits started in 2001. The first Global Youth Leadership Summit took place in conjunction with the Special Olympics World Games in Anchorage, Alaska. Since 2001, a Global Youth Leadership Summit has occurred every 2 years alongside the Special Olympics World Games and is the highest profile youth event that convenes youth leaders from every Special Olympics region. Youth leadership summits can take place at the global, regional, program, or local and school level and empower youth leaders to create communities with attitudes of respect and dignity. Some of the key takeaways of youth leadership summits include developing leadership skills, educating others about Special Olympics, leading initiatives that promote acceptance and respect, and empowering other young people to make a difference in their schools and communities. The content of a youth leadership summit should include a youth leadership training and time for participants to prepare plans for their call to action post-summit. At the Youth Summit, there should be 1 to 2 hours dedicated to the youth leadership training. More information about this training and how to access resources will be shared later. A call to action plan could include preparing for a local or school level youth leadership summit, expanding Unified Schools or Unified Champion Schools programming, or leading an inclusive youth leadership training. Now that you have a better understanding of a youth leadership summit, let's talk about ways you can be involved in the planning and implementation of the event. As you plan for your youth summit, you can serve as a member of the leadership team. As a member of the leadership team, you will work alongside Special Olympics staff and other adult planning members to determine details of the youth summit and ensure decisions remain grounded in youth perspective. Some details include dates, projected budget, number of attendees, session topics, and other logistics. Youth perspective can be very helpful when it comes to t-shirt designs, food menu, site decorations, icebreakers or meet and greet activities, plenary session topics and speakers, and breakout sessions. If the leadership team decides to host pre-summit webinars or conference calls for participants, you could provide youth leadership summit updates, answer questions, and provide insight on what participants will learn at the event. Leading up to the Youth Leadership Summit, if there is a Facebook group or WhatsApp message with all participants, lead conversations, post prompts for social media engagement, and encourage others to share stories about why they are excited to attend. During the Youth Leadership Summit, there are different opportunities to leverage your leadership experience, from welcoming participants to the event to leading Youth Summit workshops. A few examples of ways you can showcase your leadership skills at the Youth Summit include presenting during the youth leadership training and facilitating activities alongside other session speakers, serving as an MC alongside another youth leader and introduce all speakers, provide important updates, and serve as the main point of contact for participants if they have questions. Another way you could showcase your leadership is through activation on social media. Encourage participants to post using Special Olympics hashtags, share their experience, and interview others for spotlights on the Special Olympics program's social media accounts. These are only a few examples of how you can leverage your skills and experience as a youth leader at the Youth Leadership Summit. After the Youth Summit has concluded, there are still ways you can support the legacy of the event. If you do not attend a unified school, you could use your experience to host an inclusive youth leadership training, create a unified club, or start a unified sports team. If you already attend a unified school, you could expand engagement opportunities and work to become a unified champion school. Outside of your school, you could work with other schools or communities to support their inclusive youth leadership journeys and help other youth leaders develop their skills. If you are interested in learning more about Special Olympics Youth Summits, visit www.specialolympicsglobalyouth.org and click the Our Work tab to see Youth Leadership Summit work. Here you will find more information about different levels of youth leadership summits, access resources for supporting your event, and learn more about what other youth have done for their youth summits around the world. Once again, congratulations on hosting a Youth Leadership Summit and supporting the future of inclusion.